Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mauliddin, and in this video, I'm going to read and explain the poem Rest in Peace, Soul of Soul. And yeah, enjoy the video. In a garden of stones, a name HD, a young rim in eternal sleep. She fell not to the ground to wither away, but soared above where angels stay. Amidst the whispers of the world's great psyche, she's a testament of truths that will never die. For though the earth has swallowed its bitter tears, heaven counts her louder through the years. Her spirit, a beacon that time can erase, a symbol of hope for the human race. In the darkest of nights, she's the brightest star, a reminder that justice isn't far. Trust in the wisdom that governs the skies. For every wrong, the Creator replies. In His grand design, where love is the seed, Rim's story is the flower, not the weed. Let her name be the chant that brings forth the dawn, a vow that from tragedy, hope is born. And in each heart, let faith be stirred, trusting in the justice of His word. So here's to Rim, a young girl's tale, her spirit shaped in life's fast gale. May her memory guide us to a better world, where peace's wings are forever unfurled. Rest in peace, soul of soul. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is the explanation of the poem Rest in Peace, Soul of Soul. And in this explanation is based on my understanding. So if there is some misinterpretation, I am very sorry about that. And this is the entire poem. If you want to see it, you can just pause it. And this is the meaning of the poem. So the overall meaning of the poem is about a young Palestinian girl named Rim, who lost her life to the devastation of war. The poem is meant to honor Rim's memory, emphasizing that her death was not in vain. Instead, she became a powerful symbol of hope and resilience. Through her story, the poem reflects on the impact of her spirit, showing that her legacy served as a lasting reminder of the strengths and aspirations of those affected by conflict. So, this poem it talks about uh, a young girl named Rim who died uh, in the war, in the conflict between Palestine and Israel. And this poem is made by her grandfather to honor her memory and also to emphasize that her death, her death was not in vain. Instead, she became a powerful symbol of hope and resilience. That's for the overall meaning of the poem based on my understanding. And then we are moving to the structure of the poem. So the structure of the poem it has 24 lines and 6 stanzas, and in each stanza it has 4 lines. And for the rhyme scheme is A A B B. And the next one is the meaning for each stanza. In a garden of stones, a name etched deep, a young rim in eternal sleep. So in this opening stanza, Rim is introduced as resting in a garden of stones, likely a graveyard. So garden of stones is a symbolism of graveyard, where her name is inscribed. And in eternal sleep means that she is dead, and it's also the symbolism of the dead. She fell not to the ground to wither away, but soared above where angels stay. So it also emphasizes that her soul is not lost or gone, but her soul is in the heaven, the place where angels stay. It also the symbolism of the heaven. And then for the second stanza, amidst the whispers of the world's great psyche, sees a testament of truths that will never die. So in this stanza, it highlights the word's grief at her passing, but it also portrays her as an eternal testament of truths. It means that her memory and story stand as powerful evidence about resilience, hope, and the injustice of war. And then, for though the earth has swallowed its bitter tears, heaven counts her louder through the years. So in the 7 and 8 lines means that even though there is sorrow on earth, her memory is kept alive and celebrated in a higher, more peaceful place where her happiness endures, which just means that her soul is in the heaven right now. And then for the next stanza, her spirit, a beacon that time can erase, a symbol of hope for the human race. So in this stanza, Rim is described as an eternal beacon. So here is the metaphor where her spirit is described as a beacon and symbol of hope that represent an unbreakable light for the humanity. And then in the darkest of nights sees the brightest star. And it is also the metaphor where her spirit is compared to the brightest star. And the imagery of a brightest star during the darkest nights represent that her spirit over guidance and optimism. And in this word, maybe press, in the darkest of nights, maybe means amidst of despair, she is the brightest star, where her spirit offers guidance and optimism. A reminder that justice isn't far, so it reminding others that justice and truth are always within reach. And then for the next stanza, trust in the wisdom that governs the sky. For every wrong, the creator replies. So in this stanza, the poet says that every injustice will have its consequences. And also in his grand design, where love is the seed, maybe in his grand design about is the symbolism of the human, when where love is the seed, which symbolize Rim's story is this is the flower, not the weed. So it symbolizes the beauty and value, contrasting with the idea of the wheat, which symbolizes insignificance of or also unimportant. So Rim's story is described. It is also a metaphor where her story is described as the flower, which is means uh, her story is it has value and also beauty. And then for the next stanza is let her name be the chain that brings forth the dawn. So the poet calls Rim's name a powerful song which symbolizes hope and renewal. Bring forth the dawn, it means that hope and renewal. A vow that from tragedy, hope is born. So by making her story into promise for better days. And and in each heart let faith be stirred, trusting in the justice of his work. So the poem turns tragedy into a foundation for optimism. And then for the next stanza, so here's to Rim, a young girl's tale, her spirits shift in life's fast gale. So it pictures her soul as a ship. It is also the metaphor where her soul is described as a ship that sails through a life full of changes. In life's fast gale, it means uh, is like a life full of challenges. May her memory guide us to a better world, where peace's wings are forever unfurled. So her memory that will inspire others to seek a peaceful life, where there is no war or injustice in this world. And then the next is the theme. So the theme of the poem is hope and resilience. So it emphasizes that even the face of loss and sorrow, a person's memory can inspire strength and symbolize hope for a brighter future. Through her dream story, the poem describes that her life and death are not in vain, but serve as a reminder of justice, peace, and the enduring spirit of those affected by conflict. So this is based on my opinion. So the theme of the poem is hope and resilience. And yeah, that's all for my explanation. And thank you for listening of my explanation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.